Okay, I'm back with a little bit of a closer view here, hopefully. So I have my needle. Another reason why 2 threads might be okay for doing this activity is that it's going to be easier to thread. If you use like your entire big 6 strand, it might be a little bit tough because it's a thicker strand of thread and going through a tiny little needle hole. Okay, so one thing is like you get the tip of the thread a little bit damp. You can use your tongue or whatever. Lots of people use it, and you thread the needle like that. Oh, let's go. Done. And you're gonna pull the thread through the eye of the needle, and it's gonna hang about, I don't know what that is, 6 inches. Out the other side. That's a little tail. And then you have a really, really long thread and a little short one. Now at the end of your long, long tail, I want you to tie a knot. And if you're tying a knot, make your loop and maybe wrap it around 2 or 3 times. And that, hopefully, will give you a knot that won't slip through the fabric. There, got a nice knot. Cut off all the excess so that you're left with a knot close to the end of your thread. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can move my light so that it's a little bit different here. I'm casting such a shadow. Sure, that'll do. So we're left with this long tail and a little short one on the other side of the thread. So now you're basically ready to start stitching. The first stitch that we're going to do is called a running stitch, and this is kind of like the most basic stitch. It's going to look like you're just weaving kind of in and out through the fabric. So we're going to start on the underside of our embroidery hoop. Let's make sure we get all this in the camera here. And I want you to pick a spot kind of in one section of your embroidery hoop, and you're gonna basically just find a good place to start. You're gonna pull both threads. Hold on, craziness. Both threads through the hole until you reach your knot. Don't pull too hard because you might pull that right through. And then there, it's reached the end. And you're gonna go a stitch length. Now this can vary from person to person, but it's like, I don't know, a couple centimeters. Who knows? It doesn't really matter, as long as they're pretty consistent. And then you go back through to the back side. And you pull, 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 pull. You don't have to pull too tight. Like, we're not trying to really cinch this stuff tight. Okay, now take our needle on the back side and come up. And you can kind of test where that needle is going to come through. You can almost see where it's going to come through. And you're going to go about the same distance. And you're going to make another pull, come back through. There. One more stitch length, about the same distance, back through in a straight line. This is called a running stitch. Well, you're going to find your needle, and you're going to come back through. Wow, you're not going to want it to be all tangled like this. It's crazy. Try to test where you think it'll go. That's probably too long. That's a little crooked. Maybe you come back and you're like, yeah, that's about the same distance. Come back to the thread. Pull, 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 but don't pull too tight. There. And keep going. You can probably do this like 4 or 5 times. You get the idea of how this stitch works. And then again. One more time back through. And from the front to the back as well. There. We'll stop about there. I mean, you can do 4 or 5 loops or 4 or 5 stitches. I want you to repeat this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm going to show you how to tie it off now. So when you're done, you're going to flip your embroidery hoop over. There's a couple of different ways to do this. You're basically just going to be tying it off to so that your thread doesn't fall out. What you can do is go back under one of your stitches, like probably go to the closest stitch. You're going to go back underneath it. And you're going to, wow, I did that way too fast. Let's see if I can bring it back. Slow down, Aaron. You're going to take the tip of your needle. You're going to go underneath the thread, but not through the fabric, just under the thread. And then you're going to pull it almost all the way through. Don't pull it and cinch it tight, because when it gets to about here, you want to tie a knot. So you're going to, oh, how can I do this? You're going to take your, you have like a loop here, basically like you're tying a shoe. You're going to tie a little knot in the end. And then you're going to cinch it tight. And for some safety, for some insurance, you're going to do that a couple times. It does not have to be perfect. But if you can't tie knots, tie lots. Chuckle. Dad joke in the middle of this. Love it. Oh no, I lost my thread. Oh, okay, fret not. No worries, you just rethread it. See? Live mistakes. Crisis averted. Yeah, not an expert in embroidery or sewing or anything, but we're having fun with it. So, tie another knot. I think I did it. Let's go. Sure, that looks great. And then when you're all done, you take your scissors, cut the extra off. Boom. Very good. It doesn't need to look super neat and pretty on the backside because, oh, look the front. It's beautiful. Now you're going to do this 4 more times. I don't know which direction this is, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll do a couple more examples.